Live on StreamYard, live on Instagram.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's live. We're going to be talking about how to maximize direct-to-film transfers and specialty print inks to increase value at the Christmas period this year. So we are Target Transfers. We are the world's leading heat transfer manufacturer. We are live from the Heat Printing Innovation Center in Braintree today. So any questions you have got, just leave a comment as we go. We're more than happy to answer anything, even if it's not related to Christmas. We're here to help. We just want to make sure that all of you are maximizing the potential of Christmas this year. Even if you don't like Christmas, even if you think it's too early to talk about Christmas, it's not too early to be talking about Christmas for your business, because for those that have watched our previous lives or listened to the podcast about how to make the most from Christmas, you should be starting to get into the manufacturing phase of Christmas. So you should have started planning in September. You should start talking about it a bit in October, talking to your customers. Even if you're purely on the fulfillment side of things, you should have been talking about this already. And you should be starting to think about getting those pre-orders ready and think about manufacturing once we get into November, which is obviously next week. So people's timeline for buying stuff for Christmas, be it as a clothing brand or purely from a fulfillment point of view, they just want something a bit different just to wear in November, December. Now's the time to do it. And today we're going to be covering how you can make the most of that. What are the best options for Christmas printing? Because there's a few different options available. And just to kind of get started really. So before we get started, can we have a quick show of hands? Leave a comment if you are already getting ready for Christmas. Let us know if you've not even thought about Christmas yet, because it's not too late. We'd always advise to plan earlier, but we can help you today because we can show you how to turn around products in only a couple of days and how to do this on scale. So it's not too late. We just recommend getting started sooner.
Sorry, can I just jump in?
Yep.
If there's anybody that is not doing products for Christmas, comment why, what's putting you off, what we could help you with, because like Andy said, it's really quick and easy, and it might seem more complicated and more overwhelming than it is. So comment if you are producing Christmas products and what they are, and if you're not, tell us why, and we'll try and address some of those in this video as well.
So in today's live, we're going to be using two products predominantly, and these are some of the best options for Christmas. So we have our brand new shimmer inks available. So we have a product called 1 to 5 color screen printed heat transfers, and these are Pantone matched, one color, but they can be done in really specialty finishes. So one of the things that we can do for you is make shimmer inks. So we have a special palette on our website, custom.targettransfers.com. When you upload your artwork, you'll see there's a Target Christmas palette, and this has already been filled with the most popular Christmas product colors already. They have a special shimmer ink in them. This means you can make these fantastic Christmas products that no one else can make, because we're the only company in the UK providing these for you. And we've managed to mix these especially so they've got even more pop and shine under the light. And these are just available free of charge. So this is something we do every single Christmas to make sure that you've got something a bit special for your customers, so you can really maximize and stand out from your competition and provide something a bit different. So we're going to show you how to fuse those and some examples of products that these will look great on. We're also going to be talking about direct-to-film heat transfers. This is something that's very popular this Christmas because of the way that you can personalize at scale. So we did do a real deep dive into direct-to-film Christmas products a couple of weeks ago, which is available on our YouTube channel if you want to go back and watch that in detail. We'll show you how to do all the artwork for these color products. But in essence, it means you could do a personalization business this Christmas, and then you could have as many one-off options as you wanted to. So if people want to initial stuff, they want to put someone's name, they want to do first Christmas, special delivery, and you want to put special Christmas patterns in. We walked you all through how to put the patterns on, some suggested ways to get the artwork done, and most importantly, how to make profit doing this, because that's why you're live with us today, is because you want to know how to make profit while doing this. You don't just want specialty finishes, you want to make profit. And we're going to show you some great examples of how to do this. So this is, you can just order one of those giant sheets and fill it with like 70, 80 initials or transfers. There's loads of options on there, and it can really bring your average production price per item down quite considerably. So to get started then, we're going to show you how to do a screen printed ink finish. This is the one with shimmer ink. So we're going to put this onto a jumper. So we are using the 1 to 5 color option. So if you go onto a website, it's really easy. Just pick 1 to 5 color. and there's shimmer inks available. If you
Do you want the big pattern?
Yeah, why not? So before Molly cuts it up, I just want to show everyone.
I've already started.
Before you started, you show the one below.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that everyone realised that.
There you go.
I know everyone says stuff's normally not just for Christmas, but the gang sheet here is for every part of the year, including Christmas. So what we mean by this is if you go onto our website and pick the A3 layout option, you can put loads of artwork onto one sheet. So if you're, and you sort of have to order a minimum of 10. So it means if you've got a special Christmas design, which is spreading across lots of items, it's standardized, you can make some really good average or bring the price of your transfer down quite considerably by doing that.
Yeah, cost per transfer drops.
Cost per transfer drops.
Cool, okay.
So we have our Christmas shimmer inks. We have a black hoodie. So black sweatshirt. Anyone should be able to decorate onto a sweatshirt. But if in doubt, we're going to show you how to do that today anyway. So we just need to grab some cover paper and then we'll be all set.
I will grab the cover paper, excuse me.
So it's really easy to make a Christmas jumper, which is one of the biggest selling products for Christmas. It's a multi hundreds of £1 million product in the UK. All you need is a heat press and some transfers to get this done. So all I have done, I've got the auto open heat press from Hotronics here, which is a really great option for Christmas products because it can just fire through work so quickly. It has the auto release and it has a digital temperature and time it's set, so you can set it to mix between different process types. So in this instance, we're going to be going at 160 degrees C for 10 seconds. But first, we're going to give it a little bit of a pre-press. For anyone that's new to heat printing, you pre-press because you want to get a nice flat surface and you want to get it free from moisture because that is not transfer's friend. So all you need to do is pull it down. It's going to count down, do a little pre-press for 3 seconds. We're going to be using this at medium pressure, which is between 4 and a 6 on a heat press. All good heat presses have a pressure readout just next to the timer. So make sure you check that's between 4 and 6. And all you do is you get your wonderful shimmer ink product.
Which comes ready to fuse, no weeding.
Just place it down, try and get a nice central placing. Put your release paper back on because this is a cold peel transfer. So you're going to want to let this release paper do all the work. When the machine pops back up, you have the release paper there to make sure you don't pull the transfer up and start the peeling process. And just bring it down for 10 seconds. And that's it. There's not going to be any second press here. Anyone tells you need to press transfers again after you peeled them is just trying to hide a poor transfer product. It's just not something you need to do. Just take your release paper off. I'm just going to set this aside for now. Let it cool down. If you could just pop it on that press bottom there, the one over there actually. Thanks, Molly. So all you need to do is move on to the next one now. So this will take probably 20 to 30 seconds to cool down and it'll be ready to peel. But at this time, you can be moving on to your next product. And that way you can start to get your productivity. You're going to be busy at Christmas, just work through those products. It doesn't matter if you wait a while for it to peel, come back to it in a couple of minutes. It's absolutely fine. It's not going to be a problem. Just like that, you take in a Christmas jumper, which on sort of average price, I checked this morning on rallywise.com. Anyone that's not new to heat printing, Rallywise is the UK's largest wholesaler of blank garments. So check the live pricing, and a jumper like that is going to cost you £6.75 roughly. The transfer cost, if you're ordering sort of on a bit of a volume, is about £1.07 per transfer, something like that. So your total cost for making Christmas jumper, you're looking at £7.82, which if you think about the average sale price of a Christmas jumper, so if you went onto Etsy right now, you'd find the average sale price for a Christmas jumper is between £14 and £38. And there's nothing fancy about the difference between 14 and 38 because the ones at £38 are using products like screen printed transfers because that is the way to get the softest, most premium finish for a product. So that is something that there's no difference. The same process between 40 and 38. It's just about how you pitch your product. So if it's a cheaper product and you don't think you can get more for it, that's fine. If you're selling more of a premium product, you don't have to buy anything different to what we've just done there. It's still the same buy price. It's just about how you pitch it. So I think probably the transfer is cool enough to peel now. Just check for us.
I'd give it another minute.
Give it a little bit longer.
Jump into some questions in the meantime?
Okay.
We've had a question in on Instagram, and I believe it's in relation to the Christmas gang sheets. Is there a print area to stick to on the A3, or can you use the whole sheet?
That's no problem. Use the whole sheet. So if you go on to custom.targettransfers.com, and which is our easy view design uploader, when you pick a layout, pick any layout you want, and you can put as many transfers on it as you want to. But if you end up going over the side of the layout, there'll be a warning that pops up and tells you you've gone too far. You've gone over the edge, because we don't want you to have your words or your design cut off. So you've got the whole A3 layout, and it will flag you if you get too close to the edge. It won't be a problem.
We've had another one come in as well that asks how many shimmer inks there are in the range.
There's quite a few
Yeah,
now.
there's 8 that we've put in the Christmas palette, which are based around classic Christmas colors. So we're just doing some red and green at the moment, but there's also some pinks and some blues, some black, silver, gold on there as well. So these are based around the most popular colors we're expecting this Christmas based on color trends.
Lilacs in there as well.
Yep. But if you need special mixes, the great thing about the 1 to 5 color transfer product is that we can Pantone match and make special inks for you. So if there's a particular color that you wish had shimmer into it, just get in touch with us and say, how can you do this? And we can see if we can add it to our palette at no extra cost as well.
Should we just recap for anyone that's joined on Instagram what we're doing today before we peel this? So we're just taking you through our screen print shimmer inks and DTF for how you can make the most at Christmas for anyone that's joined. Do you want to do the honours, Andy?
Yep.
It's cool enough.
So now it's gone cold. All you need to do is just peel away from corner to corner, just like that. You made a fantastic Christmas jumper. That's got. Can you see the knot? You can. Yeah, you can. You can see the shimmer inks. So that is no extra cost for you.
Can Instagram see that, Beth? Yeah. Perfect.
So at no extra cost, you managed to make a premium product now. So this would, because of the way this is popping off the light, it's almost like having a glitter transfer, basically. So this would be able to be charged at the higher end of that sort of 14 to 38 pound price bracket. So for anyone that's just to catch you up again, probably because the average price of this transfer is probably £1.07. Then you're looking at around £6.75 for the actual jumper, £7.82 cost of the whole item here, and you can sell that between £14 and £38. So a really great way to make profit at Christmas, which is all why we're here to help you today. So make sure that you approach those Christmas products sensibly. Even if you don't like Christmas, you can still make money at Christmas because your customers may like Christmas, and that's ultimately what is the most important factor here.
We've had some great interest in the Christmas gang sheets
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram.
Okay.
Sarah has asked what the recommended gap in between separate transfers is. As an example, is 1 centimetre enough or too much?
1 centimetre is probably too much, to be honest with you. I would encourage you to go a bit smaller than that. The main thing to think about is, can you cut it with scissors? So depending on how thick your scissors are, you could probably go with like half a centimetre would be plenty. That's probably a good amount to do it. The most important thing to consider is when you're sort of laying up your transfers or ganging up your transfers, that's what we call it, a gang sheet. But basically, make it easy for you to cut. So you don't want to spend all your time cutting transfers out of the paper, because then it will take time and you'll lose money doing that. If you kind of have a grid structure to it, so that way all you need to do is go along with your scissors or go down with your scissors. That way it's easy for you. It only takes a couple of seconds to cut them out.
Rather than going round. And just as an example as well, we have got some spare space on this one as well. So you see there's a gap down here. So we could have had some neck labels or some logos in there. And that's quite a big space in between those transfers on there. So we've just printed what we needed for this Christmas live, but you could definitely fit more on there. Do we have any more questions at the moment or no? Okay, that's fine. Shall we move on? Do you want to do DTF?
Yeah, let's do. So this is our direct-to-film heat transfer. We call it UltraColour Max, but this is essentially minimum order of one.
Again if they've just joined.
This is a giant 55 by 55 centimetre jumbo sheet. So this is the best way to make money at Christmas, because you can get so many different transfers on here, and you can then obviously divide the cost of the whole sheet by how many transfers on there to make a really great price point, especially if you're doing just like initialing stuff, or even just small designs. You can really maximize your profit value because your transfer cost is going to be so low.
Which one do you want? Do you want to do the apron first?
Yeah, let's do an apron. So one of the things we wanted to talk to you today as well about is, think we did a Christmas jumper, but think beyond that. You know, go on to Etsy and have a look around Christmas products. Think, what could I do? Any one of you could do a Christmas apron. These are really, really easy to do. Cost of an apron is sort of £3 to £4 per apron. Again, the transfer cost here is going to be, to be honest with you, at that size, it's probably going to be more like 50p. But the average sale price for an apron is between £13 and £18. So it's a really great profit margin here to be had for Christmas products. And it's just so easy because it's normally very simple design. So what we've got here is...
Do you want this one?
Yep. So we've got stop here for Freya on this one. Added a special sort of candy cane stripe pattern to it, which is really easy to do in Illustrator or Photoshop. We did a little walkthrough of that a couple of weeks ago, so you can see just how easy that one is to do. Really, it's just a couple of steps to add a special effect onto text like that.
Need to move presses?
We do. So we're going to be doing this one at 145 degrees because this is a different transfer process. It has a different temperature and different dwell time under the press. So you're still going to give it a pre-press because you'll always pre-press no matter what transfer type you're using. But today we're going to be pressing at 145 degrees C for 12 seconds. So I'm just going to give it a quick 3-second pre-press, 4-second pre-press. When it pops back up,
Pressure's perfect. It's on a 6.
then we can pop the transfer on there. A little bit of release paper. This is a hot peel, sorry, but it's always best practice to put some release paper on there anyway, just to make sure you're always doing your basics right with heat printing. Put it down for 12 seconds, and as soon as it pops back up, then you'll be able to peel away and move on to your next item. Really nice and easy. You can, I don't know if anyone can see, but you've got a digital countdown on there as part of the auto open heat press. If anyone's got questions about heat presses in general, do leave a comment because we're more than happy to walk through those.
We've had a question on Facebook that says, do you think I could use a Christmas Santa sack? Would there be any restrictions or concerns?
Okay, so the answer is it's definitely going to be, there's no restrictions on that, but we'll just give you a quick close-up of the apron here. That's how we have done it. Really nice and easy. That took, so the whole production time took 20 seconds to make a Christmas apron that you could sell for between £13 and £18. So
and it's personalised.
Really nice. It's personalised, and it could be one-to-one personalisation with the UltraColour Max product. But to answer the question we had about, is it fusing a Christmas stocking, wasn't it?
The Christmas Santa sack.
Christmas Santa sacks. That's really easy. The great thing about these styles Hotronics machines is that you can have what we call interchangeable patterns. So what we mean by that is we can change the bottoms of all these heat presses. So if I pull a lever on just on the right hand side here, I can pull this up, take the bottom platen off, put it to the side, and then I'm just going to grab a smaller platen. They've all got the same bottom part for swapping in and out. So if you can swap them these across any of your Hotronics machines, we've got 15 different sizes of these lower platens. So all you would do, pop it on here, put the lever tight, and then you could put a stocking, sack, anything that's a bit smaller. So let's say, for instance, let's just pretend that this was a Christmas sack, for instance. The main thing for wanting to have a different platen for a Christmas sack is because you've got those drawstrings, you've got the seams, which you want to keep out of the way of heat printing, because otherwise your pressure is going to be regulated at the wrong point. So if you put a Christmas sack on here, everything that you don't want to have under the press has been eliminated. It just hangs off the side, and that way you can get perfect application every single time. This is one of the great innovations of the Hotronics presses. So for anyone that's new to Target Transfers, we are part of the Styles and Hotronics group. So all these machines are our machines. Anything you want heat press wise is direct from the manufacturer. And the reason we're using these auto open machines today is because we always talk about how when you're heat printing, you need to control time, temperature, and pressure. And for a busy period like at Christmas, when you really need to be rushing through that work, being able to control everything is so important, especially when you're looking to take advantage of some of these Christmas opportunities of business. So if you can control everything and have peace of mind, like we've had just fusing a couple of items here, you don't even have to check once on these things. We know that you've got a lifetime warranty on that heating element. You've got over-centered pressure. So it means every time you put something under this press, it's going to fuse perfectly every single time, as long as you're following the recipe. And we always provide the recipes for you. So it's really nice and easy to follow. So
should we do one more?
Yeah, let's go. Have we got any more questions while we get set up?
You just answered one of the questions that came in, because it said, do you advise time and heat temperature?
Yeah, always. Yeah. So everything we do is done at a very specific recipe. So I'll show you, get close up for you. So you can see here on the back of these transfers, we have a special powder which we've manufactured. And when you put this under heat and pressure and time, it unlocks, and that's how it stays on. So there's no chance for you to kind of cheat the system. So a mistake we see a lot of people making at Christmas is they think, oh, I've got so much work to do. I'm going to have to fuse this for less time, but I'll do it hotter because then I'll be able to get through my work quicker.
Very bad idea.
It's a bad idea. Everything here we do is designed to unlock at a very specific time, temperature, and pressure. That's why we always say, follow the recipe and you'll be fine. If you try and cheat the recipe, you're just going to have an undercooked transfer or an overcooked transfer, and your customer won't be very happy with the end result that way. And
it might look okay initially, but after a few washes, that's when you start to see the problems, and it might just result in you not getting any repeat business. So you might not necessarily be aware at first because it will go down okay, but then, like Andy said, it won't last anywhere near as long because the application temperature was off, basically. So we don't want that. I think we'll fuse this one. This is a very nice pattern. It's got a Santa design behind it. I think I might swap that platter now, actually, because for this, with this pillowcase that we're going to be using, you can open it up and fuse just on the top layer, which is what we need to do for accurate pressure. So I think Andy's getting a smaller pattern. So we just unzip it, and what we're going to do is thread it on like that, so that we're only fusing on one layer, so that we're not messing with the pressure by fusing on 2 layers of material. And this is the same for t-shirts, jumpers, anything like that. There's a reason you thread them onto the press.
Yeah, so what Molly's going to be using in a sec is the 25 by 25 centimeter heat platen. This is the most popular accessories and a absolutely essential tool in the sort of arsenal of any heat printer because it's so versatile. It means most products, so you can see here, this transfer is going to sit perfectly on this, but anything that's slightly smaller, if you're doing small kid stuff and you want to isolate those print areas, this is normally the go-to platen and the one that we see people go for most when they're doing the heat printing bundles.
Can you take that off for me, please? Because I can't seem to do it.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. So, question? Or...
Well, again,
so you made a face.
Okay.
Because somebody else had asked what pattern was best for children's jumpers, which you've just answered. We've had a couple more questions come in on Facebook and YouTube. So, Gav on Facebook says, where is the gang sheet option on the website?
Okay, so good question. And the honest answer is we let you gang sheet everything. So no matter what layout you pick, you can put as many transfers as you want on there. So it's very important. We don't charge anything extra for gang sheets. We just let you, the order is the order. It's your transfer layout to do what you want to do with. So it really depends on your artwork. I would always recommend going for the A3 layout because you're going to get the biggest sheet that way, and then you can put as many things as you want onto it and bring that cost down even quicker. So that's the most popular option for gang sheets, and that's what the pros pick for that.
Just for clarity as well on the gang sheet thing. So there isn't a gang sheet option. You just click your size that you want, whether it's A3, A4, then you upload more than one design to that sheet. It's not a separate option. You can either upload individual designs and move them around in the designer, or you can do it all in like a designer like Canva or Illustrator or Photoshop beforehand and upload the A3 done as a gang sheet already. Just to clarify that for whoever's watching.
Jack on YouTube says, do you need to do a second press on UltraColour Max?
Nope.
No, any transfer or vinyl product that requires a second press, it's normally a bit of a red flag to be like, I shouldn't be using, avoid. Anything that's kind of a premium transfer product won't require a second press. Just make sure you pre-press, and then that's that one press, and that's it, it's done. Because this is a high quality transfer product, so that we want you to allow you to make premium product. We don't want to waste your time having to do second presses all the time. We'd much rather try and make things more productive for you, and actually spending 30, 40 seconds fusing every single time. You're better off doing 20 seconds, especially at Christmas when it's so busy. Everything is important. But the peace of mind I'd like to give you is that as an international group, we are the heat printer of choice for transfers and machines for some of the biggest sports brands. And some of you might be able to just about see an example behind me on the TV. But we provide transfers and machines for the biggest companies in the world, garment-wise. So but all the same technology is passed on to you, and that's why there's no second press or playing around with the transfers to make sure it's definitely on. It's on the first time you do it. As long as you leave it sort of 24 to 48 hours before washing, you'll be absolutely fine. This has all been commercially wash tested to stand even the most abusive customers with your product. So don't worry about it.
I just want to highlight as well, before I fuse this UltraColour Max DTF transfer, how easy that was to thread the pillow onto the press. So there's complete space underneath here. Top layer is isolated. All of the seams are off of the platen, which means we're going to have complete even pressure. I am going to do, just as a top tip before I fuse the transfer, another pre-press, not for creases or moisture, but because we've changed the platen, sometimes the pressure differs ever so slightly, because it might need adjusting, because the platen will be slightly higher or lower based on the size.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to test that, but it was super easy to get that threaded on there. See, that's on a 3, so should we tighten that?
Yeah, we'll tighten it a little bit. It's because you've got a smaller surface area now at the bottom, so that means the pressure from the top is not spread out as evenly, and because it's got that over-center pressure to make sure it's perfect all the way through it, it means that it's always best to adjust. So we always recommend having an old t-shirt on the side, so that means if you're changing between products quite quickly, is always just to put that under there, just to do a quick press, just to make sure you're on the right pressure setting, and then you'll be absolutely fine.
That's better. That's on 5 now, so we're ready to fuse. It's just fusing the UltraColour Max time, don't mind that.
Yeah, so the product...
Dual timer.
Yeah. So Molly has the cushion cover here, which is another great option to have at Christmas, because you can make some really great profit margins on this product as well. So when I looked this morning, the cost per cushion was only £2.60 to buy a cushion like that. And the average cost, that transfer there is you're probably looking at sort of 80p for that transfer, based on because of how successfully we've ganged up that transfer layout. So the total price is looking around sort of like 340 to 367 tops. And the average sale price, when I checked on Etsy this morning as well, you're looking at sort of about £15 for a premium cushion that's personalised.
Straight off.
That's it. Really nice and easy peel. Just like that.
There is your finished pillow cover.
That's got another special Christmas ink print we did there, and that's really easy for any of you to do. If you go back and watch our live from a couple of weeks ago, we show you how to put any Christmas pattern into any transfer, any text. It's really, really easy to do. Just takes a couple of clicks, and it's really not like an expert level product. Absolutely anyone could do it with a copy of like Illustrator, Photoshop, or CorelDRAW or something like that. It's really, really easy to follow.
Actually, looks really good.
There you go.
Look at that print. Did Instagram get that as well? Cool.
Yeah. So that's how easy. These are the two sort of premium products. If you're doing personalization, direct to film transfers from Target transfers are the best option to go for, because you can just do that one-to-one personalization. If it's a multicolor design like that, but you're doing like 100, 200, we would recommend going for the normal UltraColour product, because much like the screen one, you can do gang sheets, but you can bring that price down really quickly, because once you start to get 25, 50 and 100, you hit certain price breaks, which will bring your average price down quite quickly. We've also showed you how to take advantage of these new shimmer inks. This is a special mix that is a first premiere in 2022 this year. So there's never been a green and red shimmer ink with that much shimmer in anywhere in the UK. This is something we've been working all year to make sure we had a special Christmas product for you. Based on your feedback last year, you wanted more shimmer in it. So it means when the lights are on it, you can really see that ink pop in. So it means that your customers can have something that will stand out above any other Christmas jumper available in the UK this year.
We've had a couple of comments come in. Squeezed Orange are really hoping that we have an orange shimmer ink.
Okay.
Darren, come on.
And we've had a question come in about hats.
Okay.
When guessing a hat, what design do you recommend?
It really depends. Don't think about trying to fit your design into like a really small pigeonhole. With something like a 360 IQ hat press, you can do pretty much anything now. Any transfer, any vinyl, high build vinyls. It really depends on what you want to achieve for your project. So don't try and compromise your design. Do the design first, and then when you've done your design, come to us and ask us for advice on what transfer finish you'd recommend using. If it's between 1 and 3 colors and it's a transfer, we recommend going for the 1 to 5 color screen option. If it's multicolor, you've got tones, gradients, all sorts in there. Even if you want it to be like many colors like you see that, then go with something like UltraColour, because that way you can have as many colors as you want at no extra cost. Or if you're trying to do a special glitter or vinyl finish, just get in touch with us. We can also do things like woven patches, embroidered patches which look amazing on hats. Or if it's a Christmas product, you have to be quite quick because there's a slightly longer lead time, but we can do an embossed print, like embossed raised patch for hats, which looks really good. And we can put things like silver into those, which look really amazing and would be a great option for Christmas as well.
Is that everything for questions?
Okay, that's
Brilliant.
everything then. So don't forget, there's some really great ways to make profit at Christmas. Most of the products we've done, all of the products we've done today, have got at least enough margin to essentially double your investment. So really great. If you can do these and do lots of them, you can really make a lot of money at Christmas. Even if you like Christmas isn't for you, you think it's too early, it's just the right time to be manufacturing Christmas products and getting them into people's minds, because they want to buy early. They're not going to be buying all through December. I know Christmas is at the 25th of December, but a lot of the buying decisions are being made in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's really important to get your product in the shop window now, because otherwise it's going to be too late.
Amazing. Thank you very much to everyone for joining. If we don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap up. Make sure to like, follow and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching on, because we go live near enough every single Friday. We have new videos go to our YouTube every single day, and we have a new podcast available on Thursday, of which we had one go live yesterday with Just Hood's Audis. James came on, who you've seen on our channel before, and did a bit of an interview. So head on over and to the podcast account and watch that, and we'll see you next time.